it going, ladies and gentlemen? I'm here loaded up, heading down to Florida for the first tournament of the 2021 season. Be fishing the KBF Trail Series and the Tenvitational down on the Kissimmee chain. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm just leaving Maryland now. Hopefully I'll be down there here sometime before tomorrow morning. Get on the water and practice for 4 days before the tournament. Hopefully I have a first good stop. I plan on fishing a decent amount of tournaments this year. I'm going to fish this tournament and then head to the OBBOS, their first tournament of the season, which is in Lake Seminole the following weekend. So stay tuned. Hopefully I can catch a few fish. Made Florida, 7:21 the next morning. Kind of went a little farther than I was planning to. Obviously, as I've said, I'm here to fish the KBF tournaments, but I got here early enough. I ran down to Palm Beach. I'm gonna run to a little lake, try and catch my first peacock on the kayak. I'm only gonna spend a couple hours doing it. I'll be to the lake in probably another 30 minutes. See you then. So I got to my area, got set up, started fishing, got my shiner out behind me, and started casting one up to the docks. And that wasn't barely 5 minutes. I looked behind me and my rod was going off. Got that fish in, and it was my first clown knife fish, which was totally unexpected. I was not expecting to catch one. I was just trying to get my first peacock in 5 minutes, and have rod go down, and it's my first clown knife fish. It's awesome. So I got my pictures of that, got the rods back out, and I mean, I barely got the one rod in and was getting ready to start casting my other one again, and down goes the rod again.
Lost my net. Oh, no, this is a Peacock. I'm not going to give this a whole lot longer. I just caught a Peacock.
Second fish up. At first I was thinking it was a knife fish, but it turned out to be my first peacock on it yet. Two fish down, I'm pretty much almost getting ready to leave. If you can see the little funny part in there, I was looking around for something. Remembering the one part, I said, remember this moment. Well, when I went to net the clown knife fish, he jumped out of the net and into the yak. So I kind of just went on top of him. Forgot all about the net, and it doesn't float. Just the excitement of catching that knife fish, I completely forgot about the net and lost the net. But hey, I got my first clown knife fish and first peacock on the yak. So now at this point, I'm pretty much done. I throw on a buzz bait and start casting to a few docks. And I think my first cast of tying on. I catch a largemouth.
That's a largemouth.
So I'm pretty stoked. At this point, I head back to the ramp. I fish a few more docks and end up catching one more peacock on a buzz bait. Of course, the camera's died. See from all these videos, you'll notice my cameraman's kind of slack. Slacks on changing batteries, and forgetting to download cards and ended up deleting them and stuff like that. Slack cameraman. But what can you do? I got out, headed up north. My first stop. Got out. So I hadn't seen a gator on my kayak yet, and first lake I get to, coming out the little channel from the boat ramp, as you can see, I already introduced to a gator on my yak. Just kind of put the hammer down to get away from them, but I got used to the gators pretty quick. They don't bother you. I wouldn't go trying to get up too close to them, but managed to catch 2 out of 3 that evening.
bass. Not huge, but a little bass. How's it going, guys? So, out here starting my first full day of pre-fishing. Seen yesterday afternoon, I managed to get to a lake up here and had a couple bites in a short period. This morning I've already had one bite. Really just kind of bypassing a lot of areas, looking, seeing if it's worth it or not, or just looking, checking everything. Not fish this lake, is a totally new lake to me. See how it goes. Talk to you guys soon. Guess I shouldn't have let him come back. As you can see, I had a few bites at my first stop, my first lake. Did finally catch one there out of like 4 or 5 bites. Just could not keep them on. Which wasn't in the tournament at that point, so just getting bites and knowing the areas was good enough for me. So I headed to another lake. Of course, I have no footage from that lake. I had 5 more bites, managed to catch 2 or 3, and that was my first full day of practice. You know, had a few bites, so at least I had somewhere to start. If I didn't find anything else. So day 2 starts off up bright and early, nice full moon. The forecast, the front had just come through. It's gonna be windy, out of north, a little bit chilly. Had a plan where I wanted to start, pull up to the state park to where the boat ramp was, and they weren't opening until 11. My plan had kind of been shot. I had a little backup plan. I went and ran the river a little bit and ran to the top side of Kissimmee. As you see, I don't have a lot of footage from the second full day. It was slacking, it was cold. Very unproductive morning. I did manage to have 1 bite, catch 1 fish, and then, as you can see in this next video, the wind came up and ended up having to get out of the area that I was fishing in. I fished there for only about a half a day. I ended up deciding to go back to where I fished the morning before. And I had a few more bites. Like I said, I have slack on the camera on this day, so I don't really have anything for you. Had 3 bites up there. Lost a good one next to the boat. I don't know how big. I didn't get to see a good shot of it. But, and then had a couple more bites. That was my day there. I just couldn't seem, the spot I tried that afternoon and the first morning, I just could not get them to stay hooked up. But it is what it is. Third morning, I tried a different bait. Didn't take me too long. Got there, it was a little chilly. Started throwing a shallow diving crankbait in this little cove. Didn't get bit. Saw a balloon, so ended up getting that out. After that, I decided, water was only 64, so I was figuring it was a little chilly for the buzzbait that morning, but figured why not. Got her in and released. About 5 minutes later, at this point, I'm like, well, I figure there's a couple fish in the area. I might as well not sit there and work it too hard because I was all in the same area. I ended up hightailing it across the lake to another spot I wanted to check out. And I wasn't over there another 15 or 20 minutes, and boom, catch another 17-incher. I've done caught an 18 and 2 17s in 2 different areas. Had a little confidence, so I just went ahead and changed locations. I ended up going over to Lake Toho and trying there for the afternoon.
Smallest fish I put it, but I didn't get skunk on Toho.
Ah, dig it. I managed a couple more bites and caught a couple more fish, as you could see. But, no size to the ones there, and about the same as everywhere else except for the couple nicer fish I caught that morning. So I had to make a plan. I decided to go where I went that morning, where I caught the 18 and 217s. And that was my game plan for the first day of the tournament. I'm all excited, get all set up, I'm ready, you know. Figure there's some fish in the area, I shouldn't have a problem catching a few anyway. Don't know what size I'm truly going to catch, but 30 seconds till the start of the tournaments, guys. Lines in. And I just start working it with what I was hoping I could catch them on, thinking I'd be able to catch them on, and I just cannot get a bite. So I worked there for about 2 hours, and I just decided to make a complete move on the lake, and ended up going down to a little canal I was figuring should hopefully be able to get a bite in, and wasn't in there for about 10 minutes, and boom, got my first keeper. So I get that one weighed, still fishing and working my way back out the canal at this point. Of course, camera's died, I hadn't got it changed yet, and I get my second keeper. After getting my second one measured and released, photo submitted, put a battery in my camera and got back to it. I was fishing for probably another 40 minutes. Third one finally. So of course another hour goes by, GoPro battery dies, and I catch my fourth. After I got my fourth fish, you know, I was starting to build some confidence, feeling confident where I was going to throw my bait, and of course that's when it all went downhill. half an hour after I caught that fourth keeper, I jumped off a 15-incher. And another 10 minutes after that, I hooked into a good 4 to 5 pounder. It was a solid 20-incher and ended up jumping her off. That hurt. After that, I caught one more short. Had one more fish swirl on it, which could have been a mudfish or a bowfin. And that was my day. Really my tournament, but get more into that later. I ended up in 65th out of 145 anglers for the first day. Not where I wanted to be, but hey, that's fishing. Had fun, got bites. Always hurts losing them, but it is what it is. And the second day I decided I had no chance for the Tenvitational at that point, so I decided to make a drastic move. The wind was going to be hard out of the south, so I decided to go to south end of Kissimmee. Hadn't been there, never fished down there. Looked great. I had one bite all day. You don't look so fishy. Where are you, Rod? Awesome bite. Fish got snagged. I seen it was snagged, so I tried to hurry up and get it in the boat, and it surged under. What can you do? But the bite was awesome. I want to congratulate all the winners for the Tenvitational on each day of the trail series. Congrats to Dennis Campbell for his second place finish on the first day, and to Aaron Fetterman on his top 10 finish on the second day. People caught some nice fish that weekend. Definitely some great fishermen. I thank KBF for putting on these tournaments. I'm having a blast. This is going to be my first full year doing tournaments. I did the Hobie, which I'll be getting a video done of it here shortly. The Hobie BOS in Lake Seminole. That will be it. The next tournament is Lake Murray, and then I'm going to do the Bass Masters Lake Fork tournament. Go from there. Hope you guys enjoyed.